Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. What we wanted to do was have an exclusive opening for the veterans, because this is about you. And this is a monument for what you've done and what future veterans will do that have made this country what it is today. The reason for this is very simple, that we want a testament to our locals. George Washington, General Patton, General Custer, we could go on and on. There was more to the United States history than the people that we know, that we've admired. We've made movies about it. It's the soldier, the sailor, Marine, Coast Guard, Merchant Marine that have done the work. And what inspired me to get something like this done, if I may for a moment just regress to my teaching days. I taught in Mill Road School in Northfield. And the Legion up the street is named after Harvey D. Johnson. Some of you may know his family. They're still around. Norma Johnson's still around. Judge Nugent is related to Johnson. And I would say to the kids, does the name Harvey Johnson mean anything? And some of the kids would say, well, yeah, it's the place up the street. The Legion is named after. And I'd ask them why it was named after him. And, of course, they didn't know. And I would tell them very quickly. Here was a young man that lived in Northfield. In those days, Northfield schools went to Pleasantville High School, graduated from Pleasantville High School, joined the Army Air Corps, and he washed out. He washed out because of what they said was nervousness, whatever that meant in those days. But he was intent on joining up. So he went to Canada and he joined the Royal Air Force. And of course was sent overseas, and he flew for the United Kingdom, and of course, Canada being a portion. When America got into the war after Pearl Harbor, transferred over to the Army Air Corps. Went on his missions. On the way back from one mission, his Spitfire sputtered, and obviously it was going to be a crash. He could have bailed out and saved himself, but he didn't, because it was over an area that was largely populated with the townspeople. He stayed with the Spitfire, crash landed, and died. Today, if you go to Walthamstow, England, you will see a monument to his bravery. You can also visit his grave. His remains are the American Cemetery in England. But if he is remembered even in England, it is those that go and see the monument and ask about him. But that type of bravery that I'm singling out is, you can multiply that by thousands. And that's what we're all about. Our local heroes. Those that went and sacrificed to make sure that we would be free. And we can argue the way we're arguing right now, which, by the way, is a testament to our system. It's not against our system. So I envisioned we have a beautiful cemetery at Estelle Manor. We have a wonderful playground. We have nature walks. We have naturalist speeches that the kids can enjoy. They can come out for a day. All it is the price of a yellow school bus. They can come and visit the museum and get a feeling of their local heroes that have done this, not just statuary and not just portraits that we see in our history books. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for being here, especially the foundation and the committee. Foundation headed by Ken LeFevre. Put your hand up, Ken. Jolly Garrett is here. on the Veterans Committee and also part of this, Dick Squires, the chairman of the committee, and those of all of you that worked as hard as you did to make this day possible. And one person in particular, Cindy, come on up here. Cindy knew she was going to get something. She didn't realize how insignificant it would be. She did an extraordinary job. This was a labor of love. We put together a book years ago, and that took forever, but it is also a testament to what our locals have done during the war. And Cindy is unfortunately retiring, or fortunately retiring, depending on how you look at it. Her husband, unfortunately, retiring, and for Cindy, fortunately retiring. So, in recognition of 41 years of dedicated service, we thank you. And
if I must. I just want to say what a truly interesting and inspiring project this was. I, as Mr. Levinson said, worked on a book, was that about 10 years ago? I don't know, it was a number of years ago. And we collected information on local veterans, and one of the challenges was to put it together in a publication where we would connect each veteran's information with the next. Sometimes we had a manuscript from a veteran, sometimes we might have had 2 sentences from a family, and we wanted everybody to be able to, be together in this book and have it in context, and also be something that could educate people about how our local people, persevered through all the military conflicts, starting from the Revolutionary War through to contemporary time. And so we've translated that same project into the building standing here. And it was some late hours, and it was weekends, it was a lot of time, but you know what? We persevered because of the inspiration of people like you sitting in front of me, and learning how you persevered on the battlefront, and to protect our freedom. I want to also mention that it wasn't just me, it was definitely a group effort. We had a wonderful committee, people who were involved in history, people who are veterans themselves, and we also had some great people from the library staff and county employees who chipped in, and we hope that you will find this a place to come out and do research, and gather, come to programs. It's your place. Thank you.
On behalf of the foundation, our role is to provide the financial resources to allow this facility to continue, and all those liability insurance costs and so forth. You can imagine there are costs that are out there, so that's our role. But my fellow member of the committee, Charles Garrett, former freeholder, as well as Calvin Longer, who's our treasurer, who's not here, I don't think, and also one other fellow that's not here, Rick Mazer, who's a regional president for Caesars Entertainment. Harris has been very, very generous to us in this process, and he could not be here because he's traveling, but again, I want to thank them at Caesars Entertainment for stepping up, and I'm sure they will continue in the future. With that, I'll let Denny come back up, and then, again, remember, this is your museum.
Why don't you stay here, Kenny? Stay right here. Kenny called me on the phone, just a few months ago, maybe even over a year now, and said, "You're not going to believe this, but I just got a $100,000 donation." And I'd like you to...
There was a gentleman, I'll just be very brief, that called me one Sunday morning, and we were having a fundraiser at Harris, and he asked if I could help him get to that fundraiser because he did not drive at night, and he did not really know where Harris was located. He was a veteran of the U.S. Army, served in the Korean War, and that night at the event, he said, "Can you come over here and sit down with me privately? I want to give you something." And he handed me a check for $100,000. And unfortunately, I would say within a month of that event, he died. And we wound up having to bury him. As a matter of fact, he's now buried back in the Veteran Cemetery. But I just, that's what he wanted to do. And without that $100,000 and other generous contributions that others have made, we really thank him and thank all of you, as well as your organizations. Many of the VFWs and so forth throughout the county have contributed money, and we do thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. This is a beautiful day, not only the weather, but this is something that a lot of you veterans have been asking for 25, 30 years. I started in 1975 as a freeholder, and I heard rumors then that they're going to have a Veterans Museum. Where's it at? Where's it going to be? Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, today it is here, and I can thank the committee of 25 or more members of our committee that have been meeting since March of 2013 to make sure all the nuts and bolts and all the pictures and everything else were brought, and the collections that you people in general have donated. Many of them were in stock upstairs because we're going to rotate this here display. A lot of people may come today looking for their individual item. It's here, but it may not be on display yet. Hang in there because you've hung in there for years. God bless this Veterans Museum.